back with Shop Talk.
We're back.
Shop Talk.
Shop Talk. As you can see, Rick's gone. We kicked him out. We brought Amanda in. Way better for conversation.
Way better. Listen to her. All right. She's just going and going. Quiet down.
So we decided to talk about the Harley Museum.
Is that why?
That's why that bike's there.
That's why that's behind us.
Yes.
What year is that bike?
It's a 1956.
KHK.
Okay,
KHK.
And that's Rick's bike.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I think that bike was in another video at one point.
Probably. We might have talked about it.
Maybe.
I think we did.
Okay.
Not me, but you.
The Harley Davidson Museum actually had one of those, or maybe it was just a regular KH.
Yeah.
It was the couple years before this one.
Yep. So this one's a competition version or a hot rodded version, something like that from the factory. I don't know my Harleys that well, but I like them. I like all motorcycles.
Yeah. So the Harley Museum.
Yeah, so we had an extra day when we were out at the Milwaukee show, and we're in Milwaukee. How could we not go to the Harley Davidson Museum?
It's the one thing I wanted to do. What did I keep saying leading up to that trip?
I
want to go to the museum.
The one thing I want to do is go to the museum.
That's it. I don't want to do anything else, just that.
So we made him happy, and we went.
Yes.
Look how happy I am.
So they have a cafe there that we had lunch in, which was really cool. I liked that place.
Yeah, the artwork on the walls there was really good. The food was actually really decent.
Yeah.
Service was great.
Good pub food.
Yep.
They had engines between the booths.
Yep.
There were Harley motors behind all the seats and stuff, like real ones on a stand. It was kind of cool. You could, if you didn't have any oil for your bread, you could just go like this. And get some.
Season.
Bathrooms, how to wash your hands. Some people couldn't figure it out.
Oh, it was the old school foot thing, right?
Yeah.
Like shop class when you step on the thing, and you would think that they would all know it, but they didn't.
And then we moved over to the museum.
We saw the shack first. Well, a replica.
That's right.
Replica of the shack, right?
The shed,
the original one.
A replica of the Harley and Davidson brothers shed.
Yep.
Tiny.
Where
like
they 7 by 10 or 7 by 14 or something like that.
Where they built the first ever Harleys.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
That was awesome. When you go into the building, it starts with a timeline of the motorcycles and the business, and it kind of wraps around. And they have a replica of the very first bike sitting there, and there's an outline on the floor of the shed again. So when you're in there, you're like, man, these guys must have been hitting the walls with their elbows and stuff.
Yeah. Crazy to think that what Harley is today started from that small of a little tiny building. It's wild.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
It was wicked cool.
They had an interactive display that you liked.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites. They had this whole wall of all of their engines, and then you could press a button and hear exactly what the engines sounded like. It was really cool.
Yeah, there were that whole section of the museum. You could like crank an engine over by hand, and it's geared towards pretty much everybody, whether you like bikes or not. It was awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. And then we went through the timeline. Of course, they have an example of almost every machine that they built.
Yeah, and they show through the decades of how the bikes changed and what influenced the changes in the models. It was that was pretty cool too.
What I never knew, and you told me, I didn't know this, is that Harley pulled some bikes out of the lineup every year to preserve them and keep them in their records.
Specifically for the museum.
So we're looking at like Harley knuckleheads, brand new, sitting in a display that were actual, not restored bikes that looked brand new, that they just pulled off the assembly line and tucked away. It was unbelievable.
They started that back in the 19 teens.
In the 19-teens.
So they had a little placard of every bike, and you could see if it was restored or if it was original. Yep. And you look at these machines, like, how is this not restored? It was literally brand new.
Yeah.
It was so cool to see.
It was awesome.
It was.
They had a few different things like that. The wall of paint was pretty cool. They had this paint scheme wall of all the gas tanks going. It was like, how many tanks do you think were there? 100?
Oh, easily. Probably more than
gas
that.
tanks, and that was pretty neat.
There was a line to take this exact shot of these gas tanks that everybody wanted to do.
I'm sure you'll see the photo.
Yep.
And then from there, I think we made our way upstairs to the vault.
Yes.
I liked the vault. So the vault isn't really something that you can walk around in, but they let you walk down the hall, and there's chain link fences on the side. and there's a restoration shop, and then like a storage area, and they had this pallet racking with hundreds of motorcycles.
Oh yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Cool stuff.
Yeah, a bunch of VR stuff's in there.
Yeah,
really old, like you said, the knuckles, the pans, all the way up to new bikes too.
Yeah, and it was kind of like set up as a workshop on part of the area too. They were working on machines, which was cool. Felt like you shouldn't be there, which was fun for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
They had a whole. We shouldn't be there. Yeah, definitely. They had a whole racing section for board track, for
all that
hill
early
climbs.
racing. Yeah, Harley Davidson in the competition years or something like that. No. You know what I didn't see? Maybe I'm just spacing out. Were there any like King of the Bagger bikes, like the new race stuff there? I don't remember seeing any.
I don't know if I saw that either, actually.
I don't think I did.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, because even when we got down, obviously the new stuff is way at the end, but I don't think I saw any of that.
Harley.
Yeah, hey, put that in.
That's a tip.
All yours.
Yep. And then we made our way downstairs, and there was a section of like show bikes. What's the name of the show?
Mama Tried.
Oh.
Mama tried.
Mama tried.
Mama tried to get us together.
Yeah. Bunch of cool looking bikes there. Fairly unique.
Oh, definitely.
Bike too. That if you want to build a custom bike that nobody's done, build a Buell Blast.
Yeah, there was a custom Buell Blast there, which is interesting because some of us know the history of Buell and Harley, and they weren't exactly. It's not all roses.
Yeah.
And the museum was full of Buells.
Yeah.
It had my favorite one of all time, that 1000 Battle Twin.
Beautiful bike.
What a cool bike. I don't care what you say. It's awesome. Anything with Delorto carbs is awesome.
Yeah. And so we made our way through. Not only did they have the timeline of the decades and how the bikes changed, they also have just rows of the bikes themselves through the middle of the walkway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was cool.
That's where we saw the Blast. I mean, your favorite Buell there?
The Battle Twin.
There you go,
Battle Twin. Yes.
Yeah, the Battle Twin.
I don't know Harley, let alone Buell.
And then there were a whole bunch of other competition bikes there, some of the two-strokes over the years, then the high-end high-performance street bike like the XR 1000, and then the XLCR, and everything in between. Just lots of cool stuff.
The Twin Evo engine drag bike.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that one.
What did you estimate the horsepower was?
Oh, so it was a Twin Evo, so that thing must have had like 80 horse altogether. And then other notables, the bike that washed up on the shore in the shipping container. I remember reading that article years ago that there was it's like a night train softail that traveled the globe in a shipping container and washed up on a beach in Canada. That's in the museum. Along with the Electroglide with the signatures on it, the 100-year, all the autographs from all the workers. It's a cool place.
There's a ton of stuff there.
Yeah.
If you get the opportunity, 100% go. Even if you're not a fan of Harley, like me, it's
definitely worth going.
Yeah,
for sure.
a great time. Don't bring a water bottle.
Expensive T-shirts.
Yes,
and not a good selection.
Limited supply. I was surprised about that. I figured the gift shop would be the most grandiose gift shop I've ever seen in my life.
It was a nice gift shop.
It was nice,
but it didn't have what we were looking for.
I bought 2 shirts, and I labored over which one to get my son, and then I gave it to him and he didn't even like it.
I just expected more exclusive stuff there. I figured it's Harley. There's definitely going to be museum stuff.
What do you want to buy a display?
No.
You got one. It's right there.
Yeah, right there. Well, that was the Harley Museum.
That was it. We're going to make Amanda do more shop talks.
Yes,
Let us know.
I don't know.
Remember, like, tag, subscribe, or whatever it is.
Smash that
the
like button.
Yeah,
Ring the thing.
Yeah. Mashed potato it.